Go tits.
There we go. Got it. All right. Peaceful greetings, Islam. How's everybody doing on this lovely moon day? It's a moon day. All right. I am Brother Shiningly Ill. All is well. And sometimes my bros call me
Braveheart.
All right. And I am here with my awesome, magnificent bros, and they are.
Yeah, I know, right? There it is, right down the mirror skirt.
And I'm like, oh, it's not very, but it shows here.
Namaste. Islam. I am Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey. All rights reserved, right? Here in Morocco at northwest of Maxim. How are you? Passing it to my broski doski.
Islam. I am Tarata Bay. How art thou? How are you today on this lovely day? Islam.
I appreciate everybody showing up this early morning, whether you're Central timing, East Coast timing, or West Coasting it. We know it's early if you're West Coasting it, right?
That's right.
You know, rise and shine, rise and grind, right? And, you know,
if they're near Hindustan, right? It's like 9.5 hours ahead, and so it's really early here for us. They're already been in next day. So you can go. Yeah. What was you saying, Brother Terrell? What'd you say?
I was just calculating, the times. Nothing. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely.
The times, right.
Yeah. Time never was, but man was not.
That's funny. That's what I was just thinking in my head. All right, I yield to you, bro. Do your thing, man.
It makes me think of that one video we had posted when y'all was going in on daylight savings time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we was kind of upset that day. Well, you're not upset, but it was like, you're an astrologer and you're talking about daylight savings time. Yeah,
I know, right? Like, we're gonna just keep time permanently one way. It's like, you can do that. I just think that it's going to be like a different light in the sky in certain areas than others, no matter how you want to measure it, whatever.
Yeah. I think that's how it goes. Unless you're like near Norway, or, where the sun supposedly doesn't set, as it seems.
Yeah, certain latitudes, during the so-called summertime where they have the land of the midnight sun kind of energy, like especially near like Alaska State Republic, where they gotta like literally get like sunlight blocking curtains so it doesn't fuck their circadian rhythms up. Like, seriously. So it's like, wow, you know what I mean? Peace of greetings, Mother Kiana's in the chat already too, guys. So peace of greetings, Mother Kiana. Islam.
Peace.
Let's see. I'll be starting this out today. Brother Jag will be next, and then it'll be Brother Hassan, and we just gonna go house for house, bar for bar.
Deep.
When it's like hashtag Astro pounding, but pause,
Indeed.
Like boxing, like the heavyweight boxing when they say like pound for pound, like.
Word.
Okay, that's all right.
That's enough. Okay, back to the title. Yeah.
That's the stars. All right, so let me.
You got the host too, bro. So you're good.
Indeed. Let me hit the screen share. See, make sure I get that. All right. Get that. All right, my bros, see that?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a full moon Pisces zone.
All righty. All right, so let's get this thing going. All right, so we have the full moon. This is for the Pisces zone. This will be occurring September 10th, 2022, on the Saturn day for you guys. So we have, this be at 1600 hours, 59 minutes, 3 seconds. And this is for Pudistats, Cambodia. All right, we have Aquarius on the rise at 28 degrees, 12 minutes. we're getting right into sun and moon, sol and luna. So we have Luna here at 17 degrees, 41 minutes and the first. And we have the sun at 17 degrees, 47 minutes and the seventh house. All right, we have some intercepted houses here. We got Pisces and Virgo intercepted here. All right, and with sun and moon, and then the first and seventh, you know what they say, the angular, it's an angular reflection of self and self-projected views. So with Luna right here being in Pisces in the first house, this is, I say, a really good opportunity for some self-healing here, coming from just any kind of actions on what you have done or your reflections that you have been doing from this new year. And now you're able to reflect on any like plans that you had did for this new moon that just occurred. You know, we have about a fortnight away from this, maybe a little less. Let's see, a fortnight away from this, so that we can, like I said, matrimony and healing. So this is healing your views first, so that now you're taking account of just your, beliefs or what you have faith in, just how you approach life, so that now you're able to heal and release whatever needs to be let go in your partnerships. And we've got, let's see, Leo right there on the 7th. So we got sun ruling over in his house right there. He's good. And the moon, final say so is Saturn, which is in the 12th and is joy. And we've got Vesta right there as well. So with this, for this Cambodia area, pardon me. And so I'll say the mothers here is really going to be finding a ways to, like I said, heal themselves and start healing their matrimony, because now you're going to be able to see that it takes two, whether you're going to do it like the song or not. It takes two, baby. But really healing yourself here, right? Getting into your value system, whatever you see fit for you, being your spiritual values, and really start taking the time to commit yourself to you, to start healing for you. And the fathers, the sons here, with the sun being in the 7th. And we've got Venus there as well, right here. We've got, vertex fatal relationships. We can start to see that the sons, the fathers, will really be looking to, just look into the little detail, because maybe they could be too much into the bigger picture of things and just be missing out over the daily routines and details within the partnerships, and also within business here. Virgo's in her fall being in the sign of Virgo here, but it's really just the opportunity to relate to the details, like, some house cleaning, or, getting some massages together. Really just if you're, in that matrimony, what they would say is, how the heck get back there? Get over there. Right here that you can, like I said, really just start to heal. Like the mother's going to be, maybe too much into the details. So what would be best for them would be to see the bigger picture and just be the love and wisdom that they are. And if not, open themselves up to that. And now the sons will be getting into the details, showing them how to, really be routine and organized and daily, or just creating a self routine for all, for the singles and everyone else around this Cambodia area, just depending on, what your chart looks like as well. Y'all will be able to, like I said, organize the details of your love and your wisdom. And with Saturn, ruling over the first, him being in the 12th, this is going to be done in solitude with some meditation and really just committing yourself. It's like, what you need to do. You might need couple more details to some things, but you just know in your heart, instead of a mind on what details need to be done. So, read some books in private, read it with your loved ones, read it yourself. This is some audio books here as well. Just find something to commit yourself to, and start, getting into the details so you can see the bigger picture And so that now you can relate and just be organized with that. And with that, let's see, where's Jupiter at? All right, Jupiter's in the second values. So yeah, this is a releasing of healing and matrimony to really see the self-worth for, like I said, the singles or the business contracts or just partnerships. And with that, I'll yield if my bros had anything else they wanted to add in.
I'm getting it in the background back here. However, I did recognize that is a 1st and 7th house situation there. So to even see that Saturn and the sun are actually ruling over that, and the sun is ruling the house that it's actually in, from my perspective here as I'm looking at this. Saturn, of course, in Aquarius, and it's joy ruling the 1st, man. It's just like, hey, we're going to be able to really bring to light a lot of things, and maybe, you know, what's brought to light, it won't be necessarily an open acknowledgement of what's being brought to light as much as the behaviors of those interacting with one another and reflecting on the behaviors between their seemingly independent to themselves kind of life and their social life. So when it comes to self-reflecting, the light pertaining to the 1st social house, what will be happening here is modified behaviors, however, for the better. All right, because Saturn is in his joy, making sure that it's pouring out the innovative, isolated thinkings that are to occur, and that knowledge that will further assist an expansion to how ones will ascend and allow themselves to be able to seriously reflect the heart pertaining to those that they are actually there with. Is, you know, it's because Venus is there too, and accidental dignity, while the sun is ruling that. So fated relationships are really on the up and up, in my perspective. And I yield the floor. Islam.
I'm gonna yield it to Brother Jack. Islam, broski. Bhutan.
Islam. Paro Bhutan. Yes, we travel to Paro Bhutan. So yeah, the moon is in the 2nd house, as you see. Yes, 17 degrees in Pisces, 41 minutes, and then the sun is in the 8th house, 17 degrees Virgo, 41 minutes, right? Bhutan. Yeah. Yeah, this is like a repayment thing going on here, or balance is being restored, so to speak, within this territory or area or zone, so to speak, right? The thing, there's a lot of healing being displayed, so to speak, within the group economics. So the people at large, you know, relative to Bhutan, they're you know, they're basically standing up for their land and their culture, so to speak. There's a lot of community effort to more than likely stop some sort of technological advancement, or something like that. Like, you know, there's some sort of what's the word? Resistance being displayed by the people, because they're like standing up for something, specifically their rights in the things that they their cultural background specifically, right? So yeah, Mercury's in the 8th. Yeah, so we can see some we could probably
Jupiter too.
Yeah, and then it's like in conjunct that North Node. Yeah, so yeah, we can be expecting like some sort of publishing or something to be published, some literature, some newspaper, something being public or being produced to the community to basically unite in some sort of way to get the people to stop something that's sacred, to the people at large, so the people come together to resist that thing, not have that thing come into their home or their land specifically, because again, there's something that land is specifically sacred. So yeah, the people at large are doing that too. You can just see that all over really. However, yeah, it's like the children, the younger women, the younger warriors, of the community. They're getting together with, the gurus of the community, and they're bringing their minds together to, maybe even form their own constitution, so to speak, so they can, or just more so enforce their already archaic, constitution, customs and whatnot. Just really being the tradition is being emphasized, so to speak. The foundations of things are emphasized, because you can see a lot of charlatans at work, I guess, so to speak, because everybody wants to be ahead of something. So without honoring whatever or whomever inspired or help them get to that point or whatever, because it's always unity, with life, so to speak. So yeah, there's a lot of healing just being emphasized, worldwide, so to speak. However, there has to be a lot of uncomfortable, very uncomfortable conversations that needs to be had, for sincerity to be displayed, so to speak. Because if you can't be honest with yourself or disagree with someone, openly, then you probably need to work on some sort of emotional, instability, so to speak. But yeah, that's pretty much group economics is being displayed very much, and there's an uproar or a revolt or a resistance for the people to stand up and come to terms with what they value and what they stand for, and what they own and what they have rights to stand up for and defend. So that's just pretty much being emphasized worldwide. People are recognizing that there was and is a energy that it's the lower self energy looking to dethrone the higher self, which doesn't happen. However, now people are recognizing that they don't want to be doormats anymore, so they're standing up for themselves. That's what's happening. Yeah, and I'll yield with that.
Islam. Thank you there, Brother Jack, for your very lovely testimony and delineation. All right, James, all right, step back. All right, we're in the Capricorn zone.
In the Capricorn zone. I'm sitting here like sharing out the video. Of course, you guys know I'm doing my thing in the background. And
doing his
singing.
thing. In the
You
background.
already know.
Doing his thing. doing his thing.
Sending this out to our elder mothers right now as we speak. You say the good mornings to them as well, and the grand risings with the good mornings. So just 3 of the elder mothers in a row. That's what I'm putting right there. And I think I got our thumbnail and description done there in YouTube verse also. Full moon in the Capricorn zone, right? Luabo, Mozambique. All righty. And this is taking place at about 1100 hours, 59 minutes and 3 seconds. All righty. And according to their time zone there, of course. So this is just 57 seconds before high noon near Luabo, Mozambique, at about 18 degrees south of the equator, 30 minutes. And that is 36 degrees east, 10 minutes pertaining to its coordinates as far as its location. And this new moon, this full moon is actually taking place, this lunar reflection to the solar rays. It's taking place in where we have some communication and publishing, as far as that's being on the axis. So I really think that there's going to be some nurturing communication, probably of some, it's going to really hit home, be very local, so to speak. However, it may be one that may be spiritual in a sense also. So people may be seeing some publishings or some books that may actually stop doing some type of publication in order to bring to light some other form of publication where they're revamping either their covers or whatever. I don't know, if you're Jehovah's Witness, so to speak, your watchtower is going to get a makeover type energy. If you're doing a daily newsletter for your church, I'm pretty sure you guys are going to use something, and it may bring up a bit of an uproar to people, because there may be some erotic type of imagery there. However, the institution may go about revising that, and so there may be women brought to the covers of some spiritual publication. All righty. However, what I really think that it will, what people will do at the end of the day, they will more look at the heart pertaining to the situation, bring that to the forefront of their mind, being the throne, right? The seat, have the soul sitting that throne there, right? So that people could actually really be able to get the values out of what's actually being communicated. So when it comes to foreign affairs also, people may find that they're going to be doing less and less of utilizing fiat currency. People will still be doing electronic transactions, reserving their rights to do so. However, a lot of people are going to actually really start researching and realizing as they read when it comes to what's going on within their own locale or things within their own neighborhood. They may read some things that may be, seemingly far away from their current comprehension. However, people will begin to grasp that utilizing a debt, system, Federal Reserve system, and or a fiat currency system, they will realize that they're actually breaking the law. And what I'm seeing there, because, when we're thinking about balancing things with so-called contracts, people are going to limiting themselves and seek to further expand by really looking to communicate that which is socially sound, so that in their own personal thinking, they'll be able to change the institution pertaining to their own home, so that them and their loved ones will actually be able to have resources without guilt and without panic, because they'll actually see that the whole time there's always been a means to have resources without having to be a Federal Reserve slave for it, or break the law by being one who isn't even qualified to handle said fiat currency. The sun and Saturn still, of course, ruling this, because we're going to see the same placements, we're just going through the houses here. What we can actually see is when it really comes to some form of, people are going to also see within their local presentations, astrology is going to be coming up a lot more than they expected, which is good for us, because people are going to begin to see that what 7HealStar Astrology has been presenting for going on 3 years by next April, right? By the time the vernal equinox comes out, we're going to be in our 3rd year. People are going to really go back to old videos that we've done and really see that the standing pertaining to those videos are actually paramount. The status that is there for the people, they will actually begin to adopt, not because they're looking to be a part of the crowd. However, they'll actually realize they're ready to take their place amongst the affairs of men, no longer having the fear of policy, security, enforcing guards. So foreign policy will have a very thin veil to it. And the people are going to really see that there's a man behind the curtain the whole time that they needed not to heed. All they needed to do was really read for themselves. And then they will see that whole time these fez-wearing brothers were assisting Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Respectfully. And I did that pause on purpose. Saturn in its dominant, right? Of course, in Aquarius is ruling the first, second, and third houses. So this is kind of like, hey guys, we're knocking 3 times to let you know about, you know, the self-values that are being communicated so that you can be able to reflect appropriately the values that will put you in a regal position, right, Brother Regulus? We call Brother Sean Braveheart, but Brother Terrell is Brother Regulus Muhammad Time Sar, babe. Right? So people will get in line and get in time, even though we said time never was when man was not. Therefore, people will be able to position themselves accordingly within the dimensions that are in alignment with their thinking. All righty. No need to suffer from dementia being a criminal. Allow yourself to read and free yourself.
Wow.
From your own mental imprisonment. All right. That's a shout out to our whole astrology firm, to all our beloved brothers, Brother Corey, Brother Ara, and of course us 3 here. All righty. So with that being said, and brothers Senior Jackson Bay, and I'll also include, because I know the brother's finishing up his intensive also, Brother Arrow. All righty, Brother Arrow Bay. All righty. And with that, I'm going to yield the floor for the full moon taking place via the Capricorn zone, right? Capricorn zone, I just said, right? First, second, and third houses being ruled by Saturn. Look at that. For Luabo, Mozambique. Thank you, my beloved brothers, and whom I'm well pleased, Islam.
All right, and moving along to the Sagittarius zone occurring on September 10th on the Saturn day, and this is 1000 hours, 59 minutes, 3 seconds. All right, and we're at Lagos, Nigeria. All right, we've got Scorpio on the rise, 22 degrees, being ruled by Mars, which is opposite its ruler in the 7th. And 11 degrees, 23 minutes Gemini. We have lunar here in the 4th. And we have Sol there in the 10th. All right, so 4th house, you know, dealing with the home. The 10th house is like work from home, home away from home, if you want to say that as well. With this 10th, 4th house reflection, with Sun ruling the 10th and Saturn ruling 3rd and the 4th here. So this is, you got vertex is there as well, conjunct the moon. Oh yeah, so this is you know, back to, you know, the healing, matrimony, or, you know, marriage. This is like mother at home, you know, getting her affairs in order while the son is at, you know, work, getting his stuff together, or organizing the details on how he can relate to others and himself, and really just getting into the wisdom and the philosophy of just the career and one's own status, so that now he can secure that which he can discuss with others. Let's see, Mercury is in the 11th, so Mercury's ruling the 8th and the 11th there. So you know, Mercury's retrograde in Libra. So yeah, this is really about looking within for oneself, and it's about 2 degrees 6 minutes, no, 3 degrees 6 minutes off of you know, an exact conjunction with part of victory there. So yeah, this is about communicating the details within one's friend groups. and just really putting things together that one has studied on their own, and also that they have seen on the internet. And Sun in Virgo is all about health, service, and organization. So this is all about securing the essentials here. And putting together your philosophy and your wisdoms, so that now you're securing your status, and now that your values, within the friend groups, and you're standing to the collective in the world, you're able to really communicate that from a balanced, harmonic sense. With Saturn being there in the third, yeah, there's going to be an opportunity to really, like I said, square your mind together, so that now you're not doing things out of lower self natures. You're doing it for the collective here. You're really only gonna be able to see that clearly when you really commit yourself to your home, to your own temple, to you first. It's like seek ye, if my bros can help me out, seek ye first the kingdom of God within you, or something like that. They always
Seek ye
say,
first the kingdom of heaven, then all these things will be added unto thee.
gratitude for that. So yeah, that's
Yes,
right
mom.
there in the fourth house. With Vesta being there and Saturn ruling the third and the fourth, the third being the 12th and the fourth. So this is some healing from your mind, that you like, hey, I've really grown into something way different than what I thought of. Because you have Pluto there as well in the third, Saturn ruling over that. So when it comes to your thinking, your early upbringing, you're really able to start seeing that what you did while you were young, what you was taught while you were younger, you're really growing out of that. But you're doing that in a loving sense of fashion. Luna, Vertex, what is that, Astro? I think that's like not pasta, Palace.
Pallas, Athena Pallas, where you
right
at?
here.
That's Juno.
Juno, okay.
Correct.
Juno. So yeah, this like healing and matrimony. If you are, I'm always gonna, specify, singles, those in matrimony, but it really comes to us first. If you went back to the first testimony, self and reflection, now you're really able to start just securing the home, like teaching your little ones, buying your Quran, really get into the history, the roots of just who you are, and where you come from, and how do you relate to others. How can you really express the love, the joy, and the wisdom and universal law within the home? Well, first you have to clear your mental of that, of everything that's not good for your character or good for anyone else, and just let that go and be. And this is being poured out through Mars. Mars is in the seventh, so this is in the relationships and contracts. So definitely be wary, with this, as Mars is just a foot on the pedal, and Gemini, it's like curiosity about everything. So really, just be calm, cool, and collective, and really just be in the flow, or just glide with how things are, transitioning, and how things are moving right now. And we'll see, Mercury's in retrograde. So yes, this is all about inner work, releasing whatever needs to go. Also, you could be either, I would say, meeting someone from the past, like a past family friend, maybe, or like coming across some like old pictures or photos of just something that does, has to deal with the home. And now you're able to really start getting to the private affairs and the relationships and partnerships. That get into the contracts, like Brother Hassan was just speaking on about, what is law, what isn't, what are codes, statutes, and having these Federal Reserve notes and crypto, like what are all these different things? Like what's the real gist behind it, and what's the foundation to it? So that now we can teach ourselves and teach others, and really start to step into our own authority, and let that light be shined upon others who are in set seats of authority, who are not upholding their fiduciary duties and their obligations like they say they will. saying you will and doing what you say are, two different things. So this is just the people really getting into the universal law and behind the secrets of it all. Yeah, Mercury's ruling the eighth too. So yeah, this is some communicative transformation within the groups or just on the internet, because now a lot of things are flowing, but take discernment. Not everything that you will see on the internet is true, but when you use discernment, you'll be able to see who is who and what is and what isn't. And I'll yield for that.
Absolutely.
For Nigeria.
Yeah, especially near the here at the North Gate, where there's an occupation, right? Because there's business opportunities being sold all the time. People think they're getting houses and apartments. However, yeah, these real estate agents are only licensed to sell you business opportunities. So with that being said, believe nothing we say. However, research it yourself. Just don't be a criminal, because you're, not a 12 USC 411 federal agent making, advances to the Federal Reserve Bank through the instrumentalities termed registers. If they're holding stuff, any company is a bank. Any corporation is a bank. All righty. So at the end of the day, you go to your grocery store, they got a cash register there. That's a bank. You go to do step aerobics somewhere, and you got a cash register. It's a bank. All righty. So let's just keep it a band and make sure, we really comprehend. Because a lot of people are just used to like, oh, well, this is the way that life is supposed to go. Well, you're a criminal. Hey, I'm open for correction. Please, I'm open for correction.
I'll say it's like, a lot of things are changing, and I would say just with that information, I kind of feel bad for the people who are stealing from the people. Like, it's just not good. It's not good because again, the people are literally waking up. So it's like, yeah, a lot of those corporations that are feeding off the people. Yeah, going down.
Very vampiric, and it's all due to a lack pertaining to the knowledge. And a lot of people are like, well, my grandmama did this, and when I got this house this way, and no, you didn't. Because even when you going for a so-called mortgage or lease or whatever, even the lease situation, when they go to evict you, they're only supposed to be evicting the fixtures, the refrigerator, the microwave, the stove. Like I said, don't believe anything I say. Go and research. You go and research it yourself, guys. That's because like we said, even in our presentation, I and brother Aram Muaba Bay, we're like, look, man, what we're going to do, and even we did with a Khalifa Society also on Instagram. It's like we're just going to do these things ourselves, get the proof and the receipts, and we're going to do it not just once. We're going to do it a few times. All righty, and be who we are. All right, and we're not bragging, and we're not sitting here causing a panic mode. However, truth is truth, and is stern, and don't change it, and don't pass away. And with that Sagittarian, energy there, I yield to my beloved brother, whom I'm well pleased. Islam.
Public gang. Islam.
All right, Islam. Scorpio's on Burkina Faso, La Caso. Okay. So the Luna is in the 5th house, and the Sun, Sol, is in the 11th house, right? 17 degrees, 41 minutes. That's not going to change as we go through these houses. But this is like a cultural inspiration, so to speak, or this is a whole reconfiguration of entertainment or like what one gives oneself to. Just more so being more inclined to music and arts, so to speak, arts and crafts specifically, like bringing the arts and some sort of, service to it as well. Like, excuse me. The music can be healing. so to speak. That can be a whole new approach. Musical therapy could be something that's being utilized within this culture. So then that can be, brought to the collective at large. Someone can be, just scrolling through some sort of social media outlet, and they can see or hear some music, or some sort of cultural inspiring or healing aspect that may ignite whomever sees it to take their artistic abilities and their creative abilities more seriously. That's definitely the energy and what's being emphasized, because again, healing is the it's like the emphasis of this full moon energy, because whatever each individual has done, a few days ago, which was the new moon, that seed will be, showing itself, so to speak, in some format, in the prior seeds that you, planted 6 months ago. But yeah, again, the group economics, because my last one, Aquarius, was on the rise, but Scorpio is here on the rise, but now the sun's in the 11th house, which is, usually, nations coming together. And now the sun is in Virgo, so it's like we're being of service to each other, so to speak, in a unified way. It's like we the people, specifically recognizing that we the people are the government. Like we make that government its government, so to speak, based off of our ability to give those whomever it is that designation or that responsibility, so to speak. So again, there could be some removals specifically of certain governmental authorities, so to speak, quote unquote, that's quotes, air quotes, governmental authorities being removed because, they're not serving the people in the way that the people would require them to be served. So again, that's just that recognition, and that stand up. The people are standing up and revolting, so to speak. Uranus is in the 7th, Mars is there too. Yeah, so it's a lot of action and a lot of courage and a lot of it's just a shock that's really occurring because it's nothing new, so to speak. However, it's collectively beautiful, so to speak, to see the unity that will be occurring worldwide will be very blissful to see. It'll just bring joy to the heart if you're about peace and love. But however, you stand up for when that peace or love is being tainted with, or someone is looking to disrupt that peace or love, so to speak, based off their just their natural constitution. I was going to say national constitution. Their natural constitution, right? Yeah, it's who they are. So yeah, it's a lot of warriors standing up for their nation and the things that they love and cherish, their culture and their traditions, right? And the things that they value. The archaic principles that their ancient foremothers and forefathers have displayed, those things are being recognized and reconciled. So now all the people who recognize and live by those principles, they're unified, and they're healing. There's just a healing process going on. Each individual is healing, and then there's a blooming experience occurring. Just like the lotus flowers, so to speak. That's what just came to mind. Yeah, so Uranus in the 7th. Yeah, there'll be a lot of governmental figures and whatever idols or whatever people look up to. All of that energy is starting to shift and starting to realize how it's all a little puppet show, and it's really just figurative. Like where you're making an image,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're saying that it's worth more than you, and you just made it out of your mind, and you're not recognizing how powerful that is. But now you are, though. It's the reconfiguration of not recognizing how you shunned that at a time, and now it's like, oh, whoa, let me actually put my mind to use and discipline myself and actualize and put emphasis into the things that I value or that I want, and to help to the people, at large, to get what justice is and what law is and what jurisprudence is and constitutional law and all of that. All of that is being it's clear now. So it's like a brain blast. That's what's happening, so to speak. Yeah. So it's a cultural unification, so to speak. Yeah. It's very liberating. Liberation is the theme for this full moon. Healing and liberation. Ciertamente. I yield. So yeah, we're just changing our values, taking our life more seriously. Yeah. And the things around us more seriously too. Yeah, I yield. Stop.
Wow.
And look, I just got away. I didn't get the 6th house. Look at that, bro.
Man, it's your Mercury Hermano looking out for you, bro. That's all.
Oh, is that what that was? Look at that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's not. Yo, bro, son, it's on you. Lima.
Full moon Libra zone, right? I'm just doing you guys know I'm just over here just sharing and putting things out, guys. You already know, right? So with that being said, let's move, balancing, right? Doing this balancing here between sharing things via social media. However, knowing that once we finish this live, also, I have testimonies to upload, thumbnails to, arrange for our AstroCivics Sunday class. That's, it was a tester for what I think we're going to be doing after our 7-day astro weather report. We may be introducing, and very strongly, the writ writing Wednesdays, right, to encourage people even further with different things, so that people aren't thrown off balance, considering this Libra zone, right? People aren't thrown off balance because we know that there's a lot of agency occurring out there with people that are seemingly on our side, but we can clearly see from their presentments and presentations via social media that these people are, man, I don't know if dangerous is the word, or whatever the case may be, man. It's gonna call probably for some, real justice again, right? There's Libra again coming up with dealing with balance and the scales pertaining to ma'at, right? That's how that term is actually pronounced. It's ma'at, right? A lot of times people put a Y in there somewhere between those A's. And that's an apostrophe. That's not a Y. Just to, be helpful, but then again, let's just make sure my speech isn't coming off offensively. I mean, am I wrong? Am I the only one hearing a Y where there's an apostrophe?
Like the T in tsunami.
The T in tsunami better get the fuck out of here. No, I'm joking, right? Did you know there was a G in nat and gnaw? Let me stop. It really is yeah. But it's GNAT or GNAW. Anyway, got to give it up for those diphthongs there. So here we go. Full moon, a Libra zone, all right, occurring on the 10th September 2022. That is a Saturn day near Lima, Paraguay, all right, at about 23 degrees, right? 54 minutes south. Ooh, just past the zone where we can actually rely a little more on the vertex. You know, you get really within 23 degrees or less, closer to the equator, the vertex is not, you know, as usable, all right? It just is when you get close to the poles, either north or south pole, you know, you won't really have an ascendant because everything is either south from the north or everything is north from the south. You know, there's no east or west. So you probably rely on putting the vertex on the 7th, actually, to get a viable chart for those may manifest, you know, at high altitudes or higher latitudes. Let me say that. And when I'm saying higher, I mean like above, like maybe 60 degrees ish, you know, 65, 70 degrees. So with that being said, this is actually taking place. Looky, Astro Cookie. I got the 6/12, right? So this is right after sunrise, obviously, for this place here. All right. And this is, of course, you know, you guys like, whoa, hold on, what's sunrise at 5:59:03? Well, I mean, at this time, guys, they're experiencing more of going into interestingly too, right? This is the end of winter for this area. Am I not mistaken on that? Because we're looking at, even though the sun is in Virgo, the end of summer, when it comes to summer, we would call this the mutable summer solstice sign. However, it's a mutable winter solstice sign for those in the southern hemisphere, so to speak. So yes, there's a sunrise for them at 05:59 minutes and 3 seconds. All right, as we can see there, and it's just after the lunar setting right there in Pisces. And of course, all this is taking place. We've spoken earlier that Luna is there in the 28th lunar mansion, and Sol is there in the 14th lunar mansion. So for me, in my perspective, this is really good these times, of course, when it comes to really isolating ourselves and serving ourselves, isolating ourselves from social activities in order to really heal and or go to our gardens, heal what's there in our gardens, or to be able to harvest things from our gardens that we can use, and really seeing that the food, being medicine, is ready and ripe and prepared for us to intake and enjoy. So really allow yourselves to shine when you really get the healthy details that will really be valuable, and you can bring really close to your heart, and probably even amend some things with your inner child, maybe some things in your past life that you didn't want to uncover. However, much easier to deal with, because now you can find the values and things that were seemingly traumatic or whatever, and it's going to allow you to really bring forward some innovative directioning and guidance and navigation to yourself away from your comfort zone, so that you can be able to really find the values. Accidentally placing Uranus there in the 8th, right? You find yourself accidentally coming across some things that you may just, oh, hey, I didn't even recognize that I could really look at that embarrassing thing that happened in either, you know, elementary school, middle school, or high school. That's actually working in my favor right now, because, you know, you may find yourself coming across beings that may have been missing who you are in your past. However, they are calling upon you now to assist, because the service that you provide will really edify their spirit, to the point where they will probably ask to partner with you, or be able to give you some donation of some sort to allow you to further your craft because despite what they may have done being a child, they can now see the value in your mind and your subconscious thinking. And therefore, now further allowing you to really bring forward the essentials that are seemingly vestial in the sense of being pure, right? Where those may, people may have tried to do you a disservice and calling you someone that was untoward, or like you are some type of slut or a freak or things like that. And what they can really see now is that you are someone who has been upstanding. They really had nothing to go on. And now, unfortunately, yet fortunately for you, unfortunately for them, you'll be finding that this here is the ultimate either verbal apology type of placement here, or the actual apologetic moves. And I think a lot of people are going to be seeing that a whole lot more. A lot of people are going to be seeing the apologetic moves occur, alrighty? And that's nothing to take advantage of them. Maybe on the inside a little, you'll be like, boo-boo, but no, don't stay there. Allow yourself to continue to grow. Don't stunt your growth, so that you can be able to further allow yourself to be a service, not only to yourself by embracing those, that may have, tried to cause you some isolated harm to your social standing amongst your peers, where it's just with some friendly, competition of, maybe it was a kickball event and you guys are playing kickball. However, in that event, somebody, went to tag you out, but they threw the ball at your head, and everybody teased you for, a few years about that. And now, this being, they see you're a surgeon now, and they have a tumor that needs to be removed. And guess whose knife they got to go under? So it's kind of like that energy. Yeah, it's kind of like that energy, man. Seriously. So people are going to really be able to, they may be nervous, but they're gonna actually see the angelic in you, in really caring for them and their loved ones in a way that they are gonna really feel. I think what's gonna hurt them more is how small they're gonna feel with inside themselves for doing whatever. However, this will also be a means for you to show your angelic forgiveness energy. So be forgiving, all righty, to those that mistreated you, either in the immediate past or in your childhood. All righty. So with that being said, I'm going to yield the floor to my beloved brother, Sean Alim, Islam. Unless anybody wants to add some wisdom, feel free. Be free.
He said the name, boo-boo. He's like, yeah, probably I told you so, but let it go.
I told you so.
Like
I'm
that one video I shared to the group. You all laughed at me a long time ago, but who's laughing now?
Basically, right? Secretly, who's laughing now, right?
All right. Well, full moon Virgo's on September 10th, which is just 4 days after one of the best forever days.
The best day ever when the Virgo.
4 best day ever. We had 0400 hours, 59 minutes, 3 seconds. We had Santiago, Panama.
Indeed. Right. Yes.
Leo on the rise, 27 degrees, 47 minutes. All right, we have the Sun in the 1st, Luna in the 7th. All right, so now we're starting our upper delineation going on for this. So, all right, Luna in the 7th, being ruled over by Saturn, which Saturn's in the 6th. So yeah, this is some healing. Because I'm gonna start with just that's all for the collective for this Panama area, and for even those. Give you like Leo risings, right? Luna in the 7th. That's really finding like a dreamy way, or like a loving way to put some information, impart that to yourselves or just to your loved ones there, because we'll think of, mothers and their children, or just a collective, the people with Luna there in the seventh. This is sharing here. This is sharing experiences, sharing wisdom, sharing love here, because love is the first of the 5 principles. And, definitely the most important to start with is love, for self first. So you're really able to heal just yourself and how you move your projected self here. We got Sun in the first and Virgo. So definitely, once you get into the details of everything, you'll be able to just glide and flow with the waters of your mind and subconscious here. And really, you'll be able to bring some healing service not only to yourself and your partner. This is like, actually, if you have a partner or if you're in matrimony, and I know we said, we said bad for partnership. So, even if you're starting to get into a partnership right now, definitely don't get into it too heavy. Take the chance to get to know each other and actually really be a service for each other. Saturn's in the 6th house, 12th from the 7th. So yeah, in Aquarius. So this is really about being of service to yourself and others by, I think, can't remember, his brother Jack Hassan said that earlier, but having the conversations that need to be had, that needs to be had, and not really getting too much into your head about it. And you'll probably honestly have that feeling like of having that conversation that you're worrisome of, Sun being in Virgo in the first house, your conscience right here, just your life energy, is really just getting to the details of yourself, getting to the gut of yourself. And once you really, go have that communication, or even just share something that you've been wanting to share, to whoever this reaches, whatever you've been wanting to share or you've been creating, really share that. Or, if you're needing to have that communication, right? Let's see, where's Mercury? Mercury's in the 2nd house, rolling over Virgo there. So this is really just about, and Libra. So like writing some love letters or writing some poetry here, and really just share it. And, have that conversation with whoever needs to be had. Like, let's say, Brother Simon, the reference earlier of, the kickball game, you got hit in the face or something. Everybody like, you got hit in the face, ball face, something like that. But now that same person that hit you in the face coming to get the surgery from you.
Ball face.
It's like, the tables have turned. The tables have turned here. So now you're really able to, it's like, wow, apologies, sorry, giving, whatever. And, just really be able to feel better about getting something off your chest or having that conversation that you need to be had, so that now you can end it. Now you can really end these cycles of just like repeated situations, repeated dealings, quote unquote, repeated people and just situations, so that you can move forward. Sun and Moon's in the 7th. So this is healing by just getting into the details and flowing with the conversations. Because once again, commit to that, because you could probably feel like, wow, I should have said that years ago. I just psyched myself out and thought it was going to go a totally different way. And now that I finally said it and we have this conversation, everyone's going to feel a lot better, because, you got to speak on the elephant in the room. Sometimes you can't always just be silent about it. Right. Leo's on the rise. So yeah, this is some heartfelt, organized conversation. So instead of just like maybe even writing some things down that you want to talk about or get rid of, and just communicating that without just coming off, like rah, just getting into the details of how you'd like to communicate, so that now you can be balanced and fair with how you feel and how others feel, but still standing on like your own square here, because it's all about justice, right? And just your values of yourself that just needs to be communicated, so that everyone can lift up themselves. and Saturn's, like I said, in the 6th, ruling over the 7th. So just some structure, discipline, accountability, and responsibility. And if you avoid responsibility or accountability, just ask yourself why. What is it about it? Is it something that you done, or was it your early upbringing? Just ask yourself that. Be real with yourself. Be okay with it, and just make the necessary adjustments and keep it moving. Just keep flowing. And I'll yield for that for the full moon in the Virgo zone of Santiago, Panama.
Virgo zoning it.
Virgo zoning it. 4 days after one of the 4 best days, and you know it.
You already.
All right, I'm gonna throw that to Brother Jag. Islam, broski.
So we are in Tampico, Mexico. All right. It's Luna. Ooh, it's in the 8th house. Sun is in the 2nd. All right, 17 degrees, 41 minutes. It's not going to change during this presentation. All right, so yeah, this is this is probably like a mode of healing. This is about, a lot of people are probably considering traveling to Mexico specifically. That's probably the interest. It's just travel plans is being considered now with the the 2nd house, 8th house thing, because it's all about movement and then enjoying oneself. So movement and enjoyment are synonymous, so to speak. Because you move your body, you feel good in most cases. Stalemate, just not moving is you'll want to move at a point. So that energy is being emphasized. Wanting to go to some place foreign to one's liking or to one's usual surroundings, so to speak. That's pretty much the energy, right? However, there could be some, practicality that may need to be emphasized, so you aren't, moving frivolous, being frivolous in that movement, so to speak. So, like Brother Hassan was speaking on earlier, he was talking about checking the books, and that's more, practical now, not speaking more, not speaking figuratively, being actual and, considering your resources and how you are to go about, these travels, so to speak. It's really a rearrangement of one's, career, so to speak, or status, so to speak. It's just, like I was saying earlier, just taking oneself more seriously and taking that approach in how you approach life more diligently, and standing up for that and not being, again, a pushover based off of differences or someone not agreeing with your customs or the way you observe things, or the way you just may perceive them at that moment in time. But that's a whole reconfiguration, Moon in the 8th. So it's like the intuitive mind is enhanced here. So the dreams from the past specifically, or like Brother Sham speaking about from your childhood, you can be able to give yourself those things now. So it's best to probably act on that, and not probably, it's best to act on those things. If you want to travel somewhere, even if it's locally in the same state that you're in, whatever. It could be some jewels that you may find, in another quote unquote county that you may reside in. But specifically, it's just another area that you may have never been to, and it could be something very, like the key word that we've been saying this whole time, it's healing. This is a very healing energy. It's a form of assistance, right? There's a repayment. There's a give and take energy here with this full moon. So it's really just embracing that and being open to it, because that there's been a resistance with just group economics in general, because we can see that theme happening a lot too. I had Aquarius on the rise. You had Capricorn, and then now I got Leo. It's the axis of Aquarius. Capricorn rules. Saturn rules Aquarius and Capricorn. But anyway, axis, Leo, same thing, whatever. But the emphasis is, again, just, being oneself and taking one's creative abilities, seriously, and just honoring that, so to speak, and really indulging and embracing, again, that ability, so to speak. It's a healing process, though, because it could have been shunned, like Brother Sean was saying, ball face shit. Brother Hassan said that surgeon could be, that the one you bully could be the one who's helping you heal now, so to speak.
Oh yes, there's it's going to be a lot of people out there, man. I'm telling you, even ones that can cross borders without vaccinations, even though they're supposed to be green sheets. But go ahead, yeah.
Oh, whoa, yeah. So it's like the boomerang. It's like the boomerang.
They're going to be
boomerang. It's the boomerang effect, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that energy, because that boomerang came from a source, and that it's going to go back to the source. So that's the emphasis of what's happening, because everything comes from somewhere. So of course, that question is always asked. So,
indeed.
It's that emphasis on just wanting to know.
Boomerang butterfly effect. I yield.
Yes, the Monarch butterfly. But yeah, it's the people are getting it, and it's being emphasized. So yeah, you can just yield to that, listen to your intuition and really embrace it. And just get over the fact of not you will not be able to please everyone. So get over that fact. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. I yield. Well, no, wait, hold on. I seen my bro doing this thing, so I'm gonna just give a little bit more wisdom.
I'm next anyway, so you're good.
Oh, you are next? Okay, where?
Yeah, but you're good. Go and do your thing, man. Do your thing.
The Neptune in the 8th house with this energy too. It's again, like I said, trust your intuition. Just really be sincere with yourself. And Brother Sean was speaking on those conversations that need to be had. That that need to be had. It'll bring a sigh of relief with sincerity. If the conversation is based in sincerity and honesty, and you really value yourself and whomever you're engaging with, there's nothing to worry about, because everything will be peace based in sincerity. That's all it is. That's it. The motivating factor is love and peace. So if you're moving off of that, you really don't have to worry about friction or tension or resistance, because you know how to reconcile it, you know how to deal with it, and you also know how to just walk away from it. So that's that clarity with this energy here. That's full moon energy. But be open to speaking up, and ruffling some feathers, because it is what it is. Again, not everyone will like you. Not everyone is your friend. It is what it is. But peace is peace. Like, you don't have to have, be about war or whatever, but you can be, you can defend yourself. What is the proverb? It's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. Something like that. Something like that. It's oh yeah.
Oh my, how the tables have turned.
It's interesting too to see, man, because you get to really see like the agency that's out there. People will come off sincere, and like you said, brother Jag, it's the lines in the sand have already been drawn. But what happens when you're the one observing from the mountain? You're not on the beach, is what I'm saying. Is that a tsunami? Okay, anyway.
Just got the T in it.
Yo. I'm just saying, man. Hey, look, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Full moon, right? Cancer zone. This is apropos, right? For Tupuai, right? French Polynesia. All right. So this is happening at 11:59:03 post meridian for their specific time zone there. All right. And this is again south of the equator, just 23 degrees, 18 minutes. And it's seemingly west, 149 degrees, 30 minutes for this particular locations, latitude and longitudinal coordinates. All right, it's taking place in, looky, Astro Cookie. We have another 3-9. All right, to really even look at this, right? See, Eros is here. So you got Regulus, Venus, Eros, all righty, which is the part of Venus, right? Venus is Arabic part. And the sun, guys, I mean, there's just really some heartfelt communications that's going to really hit home. Even when it comes to local travel, you're going to really enjoy maybe going out for those of you near this Cancer zone, near French Polynesia, as they're calling it, for that corporate jurisdiction, right? You may find yourself getting out to do things and get the blood flowing, all righty? Allow yourself to even... seemingly do it with your loved one, your partner in life, so to speak. And we here promote, being in harmony with nature. We promote here. So when you're in harmony with nature and we're saying your loved one or your life partner, we're talking about a grown mother and a grown son. All righty. That's all we're speaking on, to be respectful when honoring our ancient foremothers and forefathers so that our days may be long upon the earth land. All right. So with that being said, let me just make my acknowledgments also. Brother Kevin, peace of greetings to you, beloved brother. Yes, supreme honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Brother Mikhail, he said he made it. You made it, bro. Indeed. Peace of greetings to you, brother Mikhail. Right. And really, guys, what we're going to really just go in on here, as I'm going in on this Cancer zone here, we also see Saturn, right? Again, Saturn and Sun, of course, are ruling. However, they're actually within the houses that they're ruling together at this moment. And it's not odd to see Saturn and Sun being in reflection one another pertaining to rulership because, ultimately, naturally, Leo and Aquarius are reflective signs on their axis. All righty. And so when you're really looking at that victory that's there as part of Jupiter, Saturn, that's the Juno and Luna. I can really see that we're really bringing out the essentials in foreign affairs. And how we're bringing out these essentials really is we're allowing ourselves to take, different parts of small wins that we've had, allowing ourselves to really organize them in a way where we can be innovative and being pure about how we're matrimonially bringing them together in our subconscious mind, so that things that may seem foreign to us, may seem like Astro-French Polynesian, will be actually well comprehended, actually, especially after coming off of the culmination with the midheaven. Things will be at high noon, so to speak, for the moon. And this is seemingly just 57 seconds off of midnight. It's almost midnight right here in this particular figure. And with that being said, guys, we will see the co-rulership pertaining to Uranus being in Saturn's joy, actually. It's in Saturn's joy, however, naturally in the values house to its natural house assisting placement where it is. 12th house is the values to the 11th house. So the values to innovation and the group and even assisting others, children, the values into that will actually be allowing yourself to isolate things seemingly in an alchemical kind of way. However, that alchemy will be within in a breath of descended fashion, allowing yourself to be able to have more knowledge poured out to you as you kind of sit there to allow yourself to isolate not only yourself, but your thoughts pertaining to a particular topic so that you can now see things without the rose-colored glasses and see things actually come to light that will set a different infrastructure in the way that you even go about thinking and or maybe even researching topics that are not as within reach to you locally, or they may be within reach locally. However, you're going to actually find yourself thinking about something. It may seem far away, and then you're going to come across it, whether it's on social media, you're walking down the street, you walk past this, a storefront's window, and you're going to start actually recognizing that the things that you're thinking of are going to be manifesting very quickly in a way that is going to bring home to you. All right. It's going to bring home to you a new confidence in you going, you know what, I need to watch my thoughts actually, because I am seeing that these things are transpiring and manifesting outside of I'm thinking them, but I'm hearing them come up in conversations. I'm seeing them be pixel retargeted on the devices that I'm holding as I'm thinking them, right? Because pixel retargeting, for people that don't know what pixel retargeting is when you think something or say something around one of these handheld devices, and the next thing you know, you're seeing an advertisement, huh? Looky, Astro cookies, they call them, right? Anyway, so therefore, allow yourself to really be formidable and making sure you're shining a light on the essentials so that you can be pure in how you bring things together for yourself, so that even in short-term travel and or long-distance travel, you will be cultured, quote unquote, in a way where you will not be prejudicial. All righty. So study so that you're not prejudicial. That's the beauty in being an astrologer. It really takes out a lot of judgment when you can really see things, not only ahead of time, however, you can go back and analyze the tendencies that transpired. And with that, I am going to go get my beloved dog, in whom I'm well pleased, because I ran out there to let him do his business. Now I'm going to go get him because he's like, come get me. And so I yield the floor. To my beloved brother, I'm well pleased. What you say, bro? I know. He's like, whoa, I'm finished. And I was like, all right, here I come, baby. All right, Islam, brother Sean. Peace.
All righty, we're at the Gemini zone. All right, this is September 9th. This is occurring on a Friday on the holy day. All right, for Liku Nui. Just a reminder, 3 days after one of the best 4 days out there, All right, and let's see what we got here. All right, Taurus on the rise, 24 degrees, 55 minutes. We got Sol in the 4th, Luna in the home. This is like some, let's see. This is like, This is like for the stay-at-home dad energy, if, the mother consort or mother, I don't want to say it's like the breadwinner, but she, definitely does the work. And, you're stay-at-home dad. This is kind of like a changing up energy right here. Because, the theme for this is just organized healing, matrimony and healing. It's like really being able to like just work together in whatever fashion that you do, for those that are in matrimony or those that are in partnerships. Y'all will really be able to start getting into the details and, find ways to, make the home loving, organized, and fun. Pardon me. And yeah, and then when you're away from home, quote unquote, like work, the job is like the home away from the home. But let's see, sixth house is job, 10th is like career. So there's gonna be just some communication here. And see, Venus is ruling, sending in the 6th. So yeah, where's she at? She's in Virgo too. Yeah, so this is a lot of organizing and healing going on with Venus and the Sun are in Virgo. So this is just communicative healing, balanced communicative healing, so that you can relate the details to others, and then just a service, so valuable service. So you could be having that conversation with whoever you go, get your nails done, or whoever cuts your grass, whatever service that you get, you'll be like, I like the details, or hey, how'd you do that? Or, just having these more open conversations and pertaining to the home and the career here. Like we said earlier, like taking the details, letting your expression be the details and letting your subconscious be, like the bigger picture, and like really just tuning into the dreamy side of yourself. And moon's in the 10th now, so it's universal law and status here that's going on. So now sun's in the 4th. Organize those details at the home. Work with yourself, work with your partner, get your temple together, and get your partnership together, or just your roots, self-care, your foundations. Like sun in the 4th house, that's all about details, organizing your home, cleaning, clearing out your space, that's healing. Cleaning out your garage, or your conveyance, what you would call a car, that is healing. Finding different ways that are healing, and just because you planted your seeds for the new moon, which was a fortnight 2 weeks ago, and now you're releasing. And now you're releasing also, you can look back 6 months, as Brother Jack had said earlier, when the full moon was in Pisces. Look back to 6 months ago. What were you releasing? Where your intentions you were set? And now you're on this action of seeing what you released and the seeing that the seeds that you planted. So you can really just make note and take notes of what needs to go, so that you can continue just to float, glide and flow. That's what the sun is, degree of gliding or flowing. Like once you know the details and the basis and the foundation, the bigger picture is nothing, like rudder and sextant right there. But you got to watch out for the rudderless ships. I've been reading Bonding. Shout out to Brother Son and Brother R for that. So make sure that you know the details and organize, so that so that you know on how you want to move. Like there's nothing wrong with dreaming, and Pisces, not Pisces, Neptune's and Pisces in the 10th too. So it's like, yes, we all have these grand dreams that we would like to apply. 11's second from the 10th. We all have these grand ideas, these schemes, of how we would like to, see things for ourselves, how we can help others. How do we do that? Virgo is the opposite of Pisces, but Saturn's ruling over Luna, and Saturn's ruling over your emotions, your dreams. Neptune, he's in the 9th. 9th is all about higher learning and wisdom, and just some travel here. So things that you might not be used to. So yeah, when you really decide to commit, once again, it comes back to responsibility and accountability. Once you find ways to commit your mind to and let your heart follow that, in the 9th house, we're really able to see a change of cycles and status, because it is and always will be in the hands of the people. It's just that this fake matrix has been going on, but now everyone's starting to wake up, so that you have to be mindful of the schemes in your own mind that could seem heartful. Lilith in the 3rd house, fascination and denial, right? Just be mindful of your own mind. I like that. Be mindful of your own mind. So that now you can really just start to disassociate from things. So The shadow dealing with the sun, being a Virgo right now, once again, is leadership, accountability. What is it about it that you reject? What is about it that you don't like? You don't have to be in a managerial position or any of that. But what is it when it comes to taking accountability of yourself? And also, when it comes to your emotions, what is it about of your life that is unbalanced, right? What is it? It's making you unbalanced. So now that you can really step into your leadership with the bigger picture, so just, make these notes and just be ready to release and let go. Release and let go. It's the Virgo moon, instead of relax and take notes,
Right. Absolutely.
Relax and take notes and be ready to release and let go. And I'll yield. And for Liku Nue. All right, I'm gonna lob that like full court pass to Brother Jag. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. But since this will be a dream, he'll think it'd be a ball, and then as soon as he catches it, it turns into a bag of apples. He's like, "Oh no, apples! I want these."
Brother Jag said, "I'm keep the ball, not apples." Let me see.
We hooping here, not picking fruit.
Indeed. Brother Jag, do you like pineapples though? That's a different kind of apple. Is that a yes or no?
I do like pineapples.
Okay. So the only apple is pineapples. Got you. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Got you. Just want to make sure. No, I'm kidding. I yield. I yield. Islam.
Yeah, so Santo. Hello, Santo.
Get off my plate.
Santo Vanuatu. Santo.
Yeah, Vanuatu.
So we're traveling to Santo. Taurus is on the rise still, interestingly enough. Venus is in the 5th. All right, so the moon is in the 11th. The sun is in the 5th. Yeah, so again, this is the emphasis of astrology, and that being emphasized in the community now, so to speak. So like the community is looking to like bring the astrologers to the format to like help with community gardening, so to speak, especially with Taurus on the rise. So this can be a fruitful event for the children to learn how to, plant and garden, so to speak, things of that sort. But it's really just bringing the beauties or the life of astrology and to bring it to in a playful or entertaining format, so it can be comprehended by those who have no study of astrology or astronomy whatsoever. Like being able to break it down to that aspect, so a child can comprehend it in an entertaining fashion or a playful manner, to make it fun and not just so serious, so to speak. It's bringing the learning or the studies or the philosophies are being brought to a more expansive manner. It's keeping its foundation and its practicality, but it's being utilized in multiple fashions. So it can be films are being based off of certain literature that certain scholars put out, or certain prophets, like Prophet Nabi specifically. Like it could be a film. Well, never mind. But yeah, just like Bob Marley made a song off of Selassie's speech, so to speak. So seeing that sort of emphasis and that recognition is being like it's a spark of life, so to speak. being able to comprehend the things like Brother Hassan was saying earlier, like things that seem foreign to one's comprehension. It's a moment of expansion now, or the ability to comprehend it, and it's being apprehended now. You're really taking hold of it and really, ceasing the moment, so to speak. Because it's really seeing the beauty in what was shunned at a point in time. And it's really that the things that's really stable and sustainable to life at large. It's just not for one individual. It's for the community. It's for everyone. Everyone has this right to liberty, freedom, liberation, peace, all of that. To be loved and to be at peace with oneself and one's surrounding. So that's the emphasis there. That's being stood on. People are finding that to be the beauty of life. That's what brings them in life, right? Well, in that Mercury's in the 6th. It's a lot of it's just going back to the old times, the old customs, and recognizing how now today it's formulated based off of those customs or that time. That's the reality. It's realized.
Yeah, that Mercury Venus mutual reception too.
You said Mercury Venus mutual reception is not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
communicative relating.
Right.
Organized communicative relating.
We've already heard of these things. It's nothing new. So it's like, oh my God, it's just the childhood memories. And then now it makes sense. It's like, oh my God, I see why my granddad used to say that, or my grandmother, right? And they get it now. It's like, my granddad said, don't talk to the police, don't talk to the policy enforcers. Like, you get it now. But why not, Granddad? I thought they were here to protect us, and he never told you why.
They're not here to protect anything but foreign interests. Go ahead. What'd you say?
What'd you say,
Brother John?
Yeah, it's like that. Oh, I get it. Like, okay, Granddad.
What's going to really be heartbreaking is how when people see those people that supposedly are on our side are actually federal agents. I'm serious.
No, yeah.
That's going to be the real heartbreaker. It's going to be one thing. What'd you say?
I said, yeah, it's the same thing. It's the infighting. It's the infiltration. Go ahead, Alim.
No. I was just adding, just to add to your wisdom. It's one thing to comprehend, okay, so let's put things in their proper place. Okay, so policy enforcers are here enforcing insurance policy of foreign policy because all corporations are banks. So that's Title 12 United States Code, right? Foreign banking. All banking is foreign banking, right? Even so-called national banks, still foreign. So with that being said, so to speak, when you really think about, commerce and things of that nature, that's why I say, people could also see the presentation that we have up there for AstroCivics Sunday that we've done. And we're going to be bringing a whole lot more because what's going to happen is people are going to begin to question the people that they've looked up to that shared information within certain movements, certain supposed quote unquote religious circles. And, it's going to take the truth that we're sharing and people are going to be like, man, the whole time I thought this being was my grandest of sources of leadership of some sort. And the whole time they are and have been a federal agent. Not yield.
Yeah. Schools of thought, certain schools of thought are not, they just don't have, they're basing their foundation off bullshit. Ignorance, the people not knowing. So when the people don't know or don't look to know, that most people are going to feed off of that shit because they're vampires. So that's just what it is. That's the reality, and it's the wake up call. And it is what it is.
When somebody say peanut butter sandwich party, Brother Todd.
Peanut butter sandwiches.
Islam. I yield. Yeah.
The vampiric, but some can't hear it. Even the ones saying those lines, vampires. All you got to do is really do your own study. Stop believing what people say. Right? Mangoes and bananas. We're in the Aries zone here, guys. Interestingly, right after moonrise and right after sunset, right? We're here in the Aries zone, all righty, 10 September 2022, Saturn Day, all righty, and we are near Busan, Korea. Annyeonghaseyo, that's how they say, peace be unto you in Hangul, right? What some people call Korean. So Busan, South Korea, they're saying. So annyeonghaseyo, right? To all of our Muslims there, all right? This is taking place at 0600. 59 minutes and 3 seconds thereafter, right? According to their time zone there, just 38 degrees, 9 seconds north of the equator, 129 degrees east longitude in 3 minutes, right? And here we see, as always, like I said, Sun and Saturn ruling over the houses there. Saturn's in its joy here. All right, he's seriously in its joy, just having a good old time, bringing forth the innovations necessary to really purify the ties that we're having within our subconscious mind, seeking to really institute some things that could seemingly be fatal. However, there's no reason, there's no need or any reason. That's what reason is, need and reason. There's no need or reason, right? To go through a spiritual mortal combat, so to speak, with that macabre producing fatalities, supposedly. However, right? However, what you can allow yourself to do, like the magician's house that the 12th house is, right? You can really allow yourself to speak things that are not as though they were, and abracadabra, that which is necessary to not only be quote unquote hospitable to you having yourself isolated in your own spiritual cell, a positive incarceration, so to speak, so that you'll be able to edify yourself in the healing purposes. Interestingly, with this happening in the 28th lunar mansion where Luna is, matrimony does play a huge part here, especially with Juno there. All righty. So matrimonially speaking, you're going to really allow yourself to really be of good use, not just for yourself, but the more you're making yourself of good use for those that you're interacting with, even your loved one, your partner, whether you're a son, a grown son, seeking to be hospitable or being hospitable to the grown mother, or vice versa, your grown mother seeking to be and or being hospitable to your grown son, right? What's actually occurring with this, with the heart seeking to only do service, there is going to be a fine dining type of opportunity here to really allow some creative flow, and probably even as little as like making something that the other loved one really enjoys, right? That you may not have even put your thoughts to, or you never even done before, because the particular food or particular item that they're asking for, you've either never interact with it, or when you were a child, you didn't like it. And now you're in this older age, so to speak, or you're experiencing this partnership with your a loved one. You are now embracing that which you thought was yucky when you was younger. And now you're like, oh my goodness, not only is this delicious, it's bringing us close together because I actually put my love into cooking. I've never cooked this before. Just as an example, I've had an immediate example like that just not too long ago. And however, I kind of see that theme of it still playing out here. All righty. So there's this theme that I can see overall with what we've done in 12 zones. And the main two things that I'm seeing, and I'm open for correction, one of them is, aha, a eureka. And the other one is I can't feed me, you know, that meme out there, that video where there's four beings with those long spoons, and they can't feed themselves with the long handle spoon that they're holding. However, it works out when you go and dip that spoon in the whichever victual it is. Let's say it's a soup, and then you go and feed those that are at the other end of that spoon, and they will do the same for you. So now you can really bring some serious value to your heart in a fine dining kind of fashion, where what you're serving up is a victory that will birth Jesus. Because Spica, right? is that Spica we're looking at there? Right? Or is that Spirit? Oh, that's Spirit. Looky, Astro Cookie.
There's Spica right here.
Yeah, that's Spirit. Yeah, Spica in Arcturus, which is Mary and Joseph. In the 7th house, however, they're in the relating zone. So yes, I'm going to still work with that, because with the Spirit, and it's interesting, we already know that Spirit and Fortune are always going to be close together whenever there's a new and full moon there. So even Spirit there, looky that, they're all, which is very interesting, all on the 7th house cusp. So let me even go with the whole birthing the justice within one another that will ultimately bring about a composite justice in a fated relationship, where what's actually communicated is the harmony and balance that is needed. And it's going to be more in activity and behaviors, and not as much as in the actual speech, so to speak, because there's going to be a lot of recollection going on, considering this is a day after Mercury is station retrograde, because Mercury is station retrograde on the 9th September 2022. So you guys are going to really find yourselves going, I get it. You know what I mean? So like I said, there's just this Eureka theme, along with being able to be at service to your loved ones. And maybe that service will really get a boost due to the lack pertaining to comprehension now being completely annulled. And with that, I yield the floor. Islam.
Islam. I know I'll just add a third moment. That one dude who's at the barbecue is like, hey, yo, what the fuck? You seen that? That one too, when folks start finding out the different codes, statues, and all that. And I'm like, man, what the fuck? No wonder why the modern Europeans, some of them getting mad when they get, ran off the road or pulled over by policy enforcers. Now everyone will see why they be pissed off, and everyone be like, oh, okay, wow.
What the fuck you pulled me over for, guy? And then, we
What do you think you are, buddy?
How do they talk to them like that? Well, they talk to them like that because they know that these people are not law enforcement. They're just not, However, there's just incompetence running amok out there. And then you got a lot of people who want you to not see those things. And they're supposed to be making law and enforcing law, man. I'm telling you, man, it's going, that's the other thing. That Eureka moment, you're going to be like, hold up. At least the police are sincerely ignorant. What happens when, and I'm talking about like the peons. I ain't talking about the ones that's higher up that actually know better. But what happens when, you have those that are supposed to make law and enforce law, and they're being chosenly deceptive? Yeah. Oh, you're going to see it. Like I said, man, people are going to be 7HealStar Astrology Firm is going to do its best to not say I told you so, but I'm pretty sure we're going to have to work on not doing the look pertaining to I told you so. I think it goes a little something like this. Don't make me laugh.
We already know what meme that's for. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Cristo. I yield, Brother Sean. I yield.
Oh man. All right. Well, thank you all that showed up today in the chat. That rose up early with us today.
Mm-hmm.
Peace and love to those that will watch this in the future or watch this later on today or whenever, that time never was what man was not. So we know that this will reach who it needs to, and it will come across who it needs to when it needs to. So thank you to you all. We got about you know, a little less than a fortnight for this. Well, actually about a fortnight for this full moon. So, you know, I think we're still in that 3-day period of the new moon. So make sure you're, you know, planting your organization seeds, but also reflecting on 6 months ago from the Pisces new moon. So definitely you can just type Google Pisces new moon 2022, or you can just go to 7HealStar presentation and the sea of presentations that we have for you. But once you mind and that what we have for you, you know, you'll find some hidden treasure. That's very fourth house.
That's true.
And again, shout out to brother R. Muaba Bay, man. Like, brother Jack came in for a bit and saw how we was going in for a bit, right? I'm telling you, we have recorded it and then we had posted it. Alrighty, so it got published this morning. I realized that I didn't hit publish. I'm like, yo, why this ain't posted yet? I didn't hit publish. I didn't make it so-called public, right? According to YouTube's choices there. However, you guys are going to really, really, really see. All right. And I mean it. I mean, you're really, really going to see. All righty. You're really going to see that Brother Aura really went in. And as I do with my bros, any of my bros go in, as you guys can see, we have each other's back. You know what I'm saying? On whatever's presented. I'm telling you, Jag want to go in on some music theory with the guitar, I'm going to be there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to have as much as I can to help assist the presentation. You guys are going to want to look at that AstroCivics Sunday presentation. I know, and I'm going to tell you straight up, and I don't care how you feel about it. It is 3 hours, 20 minutes, and 44 seconds. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. I guarantee. Well, and please, guys, start being brave and start asking your super duper grandiose chicy sheiks of all sheiks. Start asking them, hey man, how come y'all not going over this? And then see if they try to distract you and deceive you further. Isn't that called dwell? It's when one dwells, they're being led into deception, right? Why have a dwelling? That's why have a being led into deception type of situation? Don't believe me. Go and look at the etymology pertaining to dwelling. It's going to lead you to dwell. That's why people think they're out here doing real estate, getting real estate agents are doing nothing but selling business opportunities. That's it. You think you're out here, I'm getting a house, I'm getting an apartment. No, you're getting led into deception. Because you didn't read. And that's what we're supposed to be doing here. You have a fez on your head, you should be doing your best to relieve your loved ones of the Maya, the hypnosis, right? So that they can really put things into perspective and no longer be led into deception and being deceived. You're going to start recognizing there's a lot of people on the internet that should be telling the truth. You're going to recognize like they don't know what they're talking about. And then start seeing that they do start to know what they talk about and they don't credit us for sharing with them. It's all good. Supreme honors the Prophet Noble Jurali. However, never forget. I didn't say it, right? I didn't say it. I communicated when I said,
oh my goodness.
Stop, Sean. Sean almost spit on his laptop. Yo. I didn't even say anything. That's how you know, yo. It is what it is, bro. I mean, and believe nothing we say, especially when it comes to Brother Hassan, right? I don't want any of my other brothers being disliked, really. So we already know, believe nothing I say. Try to prove it wrong. And when you prove it right, question those that should be making law and enforcing law. And then teach your loved ones. Well, teach your loved ones, and then you all can go collectively as those that should be making law and enforcing law.
Yes.
Yes.
How about that? Collectively go and ask those. Don't try to make those head roll too quickly. Because I don't want to say that. All right, I yield. It's law.
Hey, yo.
Oh man. Whew.
Because I love the people for real. I don't love the people just to all those follows on social media. I don't give a fuck. Are we saving ourselves out here, or are we just pissing in the wind?
It's an insane asylum.
Say that again. Look how far I can piss. All the bullshit out there. Taurus feces. Right? Isn't that a better way of saying it? I yield, Brother Sean. You have the host, beloved. I yield. Let me get my hands ready for namaste. I'm so mango banana over here. Bubblegum!
All right. Peace and love to you all. Thank you. We hope you go study and take what we're saying into consideration and discernment. Go look for yourself. And then you're gonna start to see as we have saw. So we're not saying, hey, this is like this. It's like, take the telescope and see what I see, or tell me what you see, right? So that now we can collectively have this organized healing so that we can all transpire and transform into our higher selves, be the best that we can be, without being in the U.S. army, right? So that now we all can serve each other collectively. We all know what needs to happen and what is going to. So hey, either you can get down with the movement or you can be crushed to powder by the movement, because it's rolling.
Yeah, I know, right? Tell those dirties, get out of the way. Or no, matter of fact, dirties, please stand in front of the ball, please.
Stay in the way. The ball is coming through.
Please, you got dirties only pointing out dirties. It's like, yeah, takes one to know one. That's all I'm saying. So that's why we're focused on jurisprudence for real. AstroCivics for real. We're not playing. I know sometimes people want to hear it like, hey man, let me say it in the way because you from the hood and I'm from the hood. When you're really from the hood, you don't glorify it. True, Jag, or am I wrong?
I concur.
I mean, come on, bro. Like, I mean, let's keep it a whole bang. I'm talking, boy, the stories that's why I said, when you really from the hood, you don't glorify it, yo. You don't act all tough, all that, man. You like, boy, you was raised by your grandmama. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, stop it.
Hey man, my granddad gave me that chain.
And what we're saying is stop being a bitch and come on. Like, that's all we're saying. But we're not going to get knocked the fuck out because we're not bullying people, actually. Right?
We're gliding and flowing.
That's 17 degrees. That's 17 degrees Virgo, right? I yield to my beloved brothers in whom I'm well pleased as we prepare for our outro.
This is 7HealStar. Thank you all once again. We appreciate you. We know that you can look forward to Wednesday for our 7-day medical tropical astro weather report, and every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for our astro conference. I'm pretty sure I see soon, it's going to be hard not to see 7HealStar every day, because we're bringing in the strong beginnings to knock out your weekends. Pause.
That's right. That is right.
All right. Once again, Brother Sean L, thank you again, Brother Hassan, Brother Jag, for tag teaming this. And we're out of here. So we will see y'all.
I'm sorry, you said tag team. So I'm gonna say, whoop, there it is. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Tag team back again. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Tag team back in.
Party on party people. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
It's just every day.
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. Go ahead,
all right, so thank you. Make sure you watch this again and peel off the wrapper to the Astro Fortune cookies or the Brother Corey sprinkle that we dropped on you today. All right, and 7HealStar, we are out. Namaste, peace and love to you all, and enjoy the rest of your degree and moon day. Peace.
Yes. Do some yoga.
Move your body.
Thursday.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
That's